Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into the amazing human body. It's a complex machine full of surprises, and we're going to explore 10 incredible facts that might just blow your mind. So get ready to learn some wild stuff about yourself. Did you know every time you speak, laugh, or even frown, you're giving your face a workout? Believe it or not, over 50 different facial muscles are involved in these everyday actions. It's a constant exercise that keeps your face toned and expressive. So, next time you have a good laugh, think of it as a facial fitness session. Our faces are full of muscles, and just like any other muscle in the body, they need exercise to stay toned and healthy. Here's why talking is like a workout for your face. Every time you speak, laugh, frown, or even make a surprised expression, you're using various facial muscles. These muscles contract and relax to create the movements we see. Believe it or not, over 50 different facial muscles are involved in these everyday actions. This includes muscles around the eyes, mouth, cheeks, and forehead. Just like exercising your biceps keeps your arms toned, using your facial muscles regularly helps maintain their elasticity and definition. This can lead to a more youthful appearance and improved facial expressions. Unlike some muscle groups we might target in the gym, our facial muscles are constantly getting a workout throughout the day. Even small movements like chewing or smiling engage these muscles. Tears aren't just tears. Science tells us there's a difference between the tears we cry from sadness and those triggered by irritants like onions. Emotional tears contain extra proteins and hormones compared to reflex tears. Pretty cool, right? So, the next time you have a good cry, remember your body is sending out some special signals. So, what's the difference between emotional tears and reflex tears? Emotional tears. These are the tears you shed during moments of sadness, grief, or joy. They contain not just water and electrolytes, salts, but also additional proteins and hormones. These extra components might play a role in emotional regulation and communication. Reflex tears. These are the tears your body produces to protect your eyes from irritants like dust, smoke, or chopped onions. They primarily consist of water, electrolytes, and lubricating enzymes to wash away the irritant. What's science say about our tears? Our tears originate from two different glands, the lacrimal gland, above the eye, and the accessory lacrimal glands, in the eyelids. While both glands contribute to tear production, the lacrimal gland is thought to be more involved in emotional tears. The additional proteins and hormones found in emotional tears are produced by the lacrimal gland. These might include stress hormones like cortisol and endorphins, which could be linked to the emotional state. While scientists have identified some differences in composition, the exact role of the various components in emotional tears is still being explored. Some researchers believe they might function in signaling emotions to others, while others focus on their potential role in emotional release. So, the next time a tear rolls down your cheek, take a moment to consider why you're crying. The composition of that tear might hold a hidden story. We all know about red, yellow, and blue. But the human eye is capable of seeing way more colors than just the basic 3 used in traffic lights. Thanks to special cells in our retinas, we can perceive a vast spectrum, allowing us to appreciate the full beauty of the world around us. We're all familiar with the basic colors: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet, often represented by the Roig-Biv acronym. These colors correspond to specific wavelengths of light that our eyes can detect. However, human vision is more nuanced. We have 3 types of cone cells in our retina, each sensitive to a different range of wavelengths. These cones combine their signals in the brain, allowing us to perceive a vast spectrum of colors beyond the basic 7. Scientists estimate that humans can distinguish between millions of different colors. This incredible ability allows us to appreciate the subtle variations in the natural world, from the vibrant hues of a sunset to the delicate shades of a flower petal. It's important to note that this is an estimate, and the exact number of colors we can see depends on individual variations in vision. So, next time you gaze at a colorful scene, remember that your eyes are capturing just a fraction of the vast spectrum of light. There's a whole world of color waiting to be explored. This one might surprise you. Our knees aren't actually true joints in the classical sense. The kneecap, patella, sits in front, but doesn't directly connect to any bones. The real joint action happens between the femur, tibia, and fibula. So next time you think about your knee, remember it's a bit more complex than you might imagine. We typically think of joints as places where two bones meet and allow for movement. These connections are often secured by ligaments and surrounded by cartilage for smooth gliding. Examples include your elbows, shoulders, and hips. Your knees are a bit different. The kneecap, patella, sits in front of the joint, but it doesn't directly connect to any bones. Instead, it rests within a tendon that connects your thigh muscle, quadriceps, to your shin bone, tibia. The actual joint action in your knee happens where the femur, thigh bone, meets the tibia and fibula, smaller leg bone. Cartilage and ligaments provide cushioning and stability for this hinge joint. The kneecap's position and its role in movement might make it seem like a crucial part of the joint itself. However, it functions more like a protective element, helping to distribute pressure and stabilize the joint during movement. Additionally, the presence of a kneecap is a unique feature in the human body. Many other animals with similar limb structures don't have kneecaps at all. So, while your knees might not be textbook joints in the strictest sense, they're still incredibly complex structures that allow for a wide range of motion. They're just a unique example of how our bodies have adapted for efficient movement. Believe it or not, newborns have a superpower. They can see a little bit into the ultraviolet spectrum. This ability fades as we age, likely because UV light can be harmful to the eyes. So, for a short while, babies get a glimpse of the world in a way we adults can't. Ultraviolet light is a type of invisible radiation with shorter wavelengths than visible light. While essential for some natural processes like vitamin D production, it can also be harmful to our eyes and skin in high doses. Our eyes have a natural filter, the lens, that blocks most UV light from reaching the light-sensitive retina at the back of the eye. This protects us from potential damage caused by UV radiation. Believe it or not, the lens in a newborn baby's eye is less developed compared to an adult's. This allows a small amount of UV light to pass through, giving them a glimpse into the UV spectrum that adults can't perceive. Scientists believe this temporary ability might be a leftover from our evolutionary past. However, as the lens matures in the first few months of life, it becomes more effective at blocking UV light, similar to an adult's. Why do babies lose this ability? Blocking UV light protects the developing retina from potential damage. Also, filtering out UV light might improve visual clarity and focus for the developing visual system. It is important to note, even with this temporary UV vision, it's crucial to protect babies from UV exposure. Their eyes are still very sensitive, and UV radiation can cause sunburn on the cornea, the clear outer layer of the eye. Sunglasses that block UV rays are essential for protecting babies' eyes, even on cloudy days. While not as strong as some animals, humans can actually detect the scent of fear in others. Our sense of smell can pick up on subtle changes in sweat chemistry that occur when someone is experiencing fear or stress. So, next time you feel a tense situation, remember your nose might be picking up on more than you think. Our bodies release a variety of chemicals throughout the day, and these can be influenced by our emotions. When someone experiences fear or stress, their body undergoes physiological changes, including the release of hormones like adrenaline and cortisol. These hormones can trigger slight alterations in sweat composition. While seemingly just water and salt, sweat actually contains a complex mix of chemicals. The changes triggered by emotions like fear might be minuscule, but our sense of smell, though not as powerful as a dog's nose, might be able to pick up on these subtle shifts. Research on humans' ability to smell fear is ongoing, and the exact mechanisms are still being explored. Some studies suggest we might subconsciously react to these scent changes, leading to feelings of unease or alertness. Other studies haven't found conclusive evidence of a direct link between fear sweat and conscious perception of fear through smell. It's important to note that other factors besides sweat can influence our perception of someone's emotional state. Body language, facial expressions, and even tone of voice can all play a role in how we interpret fear in others. So, the jury is still out on whether we can definitively smell fear. However, the science suggests there might be a link between emotional states, sweat composition, and our sense of smell. It's a fascinating area of research that continues to be explored. Our gut isn't just for digestion. It houses a vast community of bacteria called the gut microbiome, and these tiny organisms might be smarter than we thought. This second brain in our gut plays a crucial role in not just digestion but also mood, brain function, and overall health. Turns out, a happy gut can lead to a happy life. For a long time, the gut's primary function was thought to be digestion and nutrient absorption. However, research is revealing a much more complex story. The gut microbiome plays a crucial role in not just our physical health, but also our mental well-being. The gut microbiome is a diverse ecosystem made up of trillions of bacteria, along with other microbes like fungi and viruses. These tiny organisms live in a symbiotic relationship with us, helping us digest food, extract nutrients, and even synthesize certain vitamins. The gut and brain are constantly communicating with each other through a complex network of nerves, hormones, and immune signals. The gut microbiome influences the production of neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine, which play a major role in mood regulation, stress response, and even cognitive function. Here are some examples of how the gut microbiome acts like a second brain. Mood and anxiety. Studies suggest an imbalance in gut bacteria can contribute to anxiety and depression. Conversely, a healthy gut microbiome might promote feelings of well-being and reduce stress. Cognitive function. The gut microbiome might influence cognitive function, memory, and even learning. Immune system. A healthy gut microbiome helps train our immune system to differentiate between harmful invaders and harmless substances. The science of the gut-brain connection is a rapidly evolving field. Researchers are still unraveling the intricate ways the gut microbiome communicates with the brain and influences our overall health. Don't forget to taking care of your second brain. It's easier than you think. Diet. Eating a healthy diet rich in fiber and fermented foods can help nourish your gut microbiome. Probiotics. Probiotics are live bacteria that can be beneficial for gut health. Consider incorporating probiotic supplements or probiotic-rich foods like yogurt and kefir. Prebiotics. Prebiotics are the food source for gut bacteria. Fruits, vegetables, and whole grains are all good sources of prebiotics. So, while it might not be a literal brain, the gut microbiome plays a significant role in regulating our health and well-being. Taking care of this second brain is crucial for a healthy mind and body. Hidden away in the corner of your eye is a tiny, translucent membrane called the nictitating membrane. This third eyelid is more prominent in some animals and helps protect their eyes. In humans, it's a leftover from evolution and doesn't have a major function, but it's a cool reminder of our connection to the animal world. Many animals, like cats, birds, and even camels, have a prominent third eyelid that sweeps across their eye to provide protection and lubrication. It acts like a clear, second curtain that can help protect from dust and debris, spread tears evenly, maintain vision underwater. Humans also have a nictitating membrane, but it's a mere vestige, a leftover from our evolutionary past. This tiny, pink fold sits in the corner of your eye near your nose. Unlike other animals, our third eyelid is too small and underdeveloped to move across the eye and provide any significant function. The presence of a vestigial third eyelid is a fascinating reminder of our connection to the animal kingdom. Millions of years ago, our early ancestors might have relied on a functional third eyelid for eye protection, similar to some animals today. So, while we can't consciously control our third eyelid, it's a cool evolutionary leftover that serves as a silent testament to our shared history with other creatures. Our lungs are the workhorses of our respiratory system, constantly taking in oxygen and releasing carbon dioxide. But how much air can they actually hold? During normal, relaxed breathing, the average adult inhales and exhales around 500 to 600 milliliters of air with each breath. This is often referred to as the tidal volume. It's like the baseline amount of air exchange happening all the time to keep our bodies functioning. However, our lungs are capable of holding much more air than this. Here's a breakdown of different lung volumes. Total lung capacity. This is the total amount of air your lungs can hold after a forceful inhale. For an average adult male, the TLC is around 6 liters, which is roughly equivalent to 5 quarts. That's a surprising amount considering our chest cavity doesn't seem to expand that much. Inspiratory reserve volume. This is the additional air you can forcefully inhale after a normal breath. It's like taking a deep breath and holding it. Expiratory reserve volume. This is the extra air you can forcefully exhale after a normal breath. It helps expel any remaining air after a regular exhale. By the way, athletes and individuals who train their lungs through activities like singing or deep breathing exercises can actually increase their lung capacity beyond the average. This allows them to take in more oxygen during exercise, enhancing their performance. While we can hold more air than we typically use with each breath, our bodies are very efficient. The tidal volume of 500 to 600 milliliters is enough to keep our oxygen levels balanced at rest. However, during exertion, our breathing rate increases to bring in more oxygen to meet the body's demands. Hiccups. Those annoying involuntary contractions of the diaphragm that leave you gasping for air. Well, sort of. While they're a common experience, the exact cause of hiccups remains a bit of a scientific mystery. Here's what we know about hiccups. The culprit behind the hiccup is a sudden, involuntary contraction of the diaphragm, the muscle that separates your chest from your abdomen and plays a crucial role in breathing. When this muscle contracts too forcefully, it irritates the vocal cords in your throat, causing the characteristic hic sound. While the exact reason for hiccups is unknown, scientists have a few leading theories. Irritated diaphragm. Anything that irritates the diaphragm, such as sudden changes in temperature, spicy foods, or even carbonated drinks, could trigger a hiccup reflex. Nervous system misfire. The nerves that control the diaphragm and vocal cords might send mixed signals, leading to the involuntary contraction. Esophageal stretching. The hiccup reflex might be triggered by stretching of the esophagus, the tube that connects your mouth to your stomach. Thankfully, hiccups are usually harmless and go away on their own within a few minutes. However, persistent hiccups that last for hours or even days can be quite uncomfortable and require medical attention. There are many folk remedies for hiccups, but their scientific basis is weak. Holding your breath, drinking upside down, or someone scaring you might sometimes work by interrupting the hiccup reflex, but their success rate is debatable. Hiccups are a reminder of the fascinating mysteries that still exist within the human body. While they might be annoying at times, they're usually harmless and a testament to the complex interplay between our nervous and respiratory systems. So, there you have it. Your body is basically a walking science experiment, full of surprises and hidden talents. Who knew talking was a facial workout, or that you have a secret second brain in your gut? If you learned something new today, give this video a thumbs up. And if you're still confused about why you hiccup, don't worry, science is still figuring that one out. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out when we crack the code.